click that subscribe button. Do it, do it, do it. 1,000 subscribers, that's all it is for me to run a half marathon. 1,000 subscribers, that's nothing. Come on. You guys can help me out. How pain is felt in the body. So when something painful happens, like a muscle tear or neurons send signals to the brain that there's a problem, the body releases these endogenous opioids to regulate the pain response. These endorphins act to stop and slow down the pain so the body does not go into shock. So it's part of a natural reaction when there's pain to reduce that pain. These endorphins bind to receptors as part of the body's natural relief system, and the opioids bind to these same receptors. They block the transmissions of pain and produce feelings of euphoria and relaxation. The problem is these opioids are much better at binding to the receptors than our own endorphins. So there's 3 types of opioid receptors in the body: the mu, the delta, and the kappa. Each of these are located in different parts of the brain and the body. Specifically, the mu opioid receptors is the primary target of opioids. Opioids, prescription opioids, illicit opioids, they like to target the mu opioid receptor. And this receptor is responsible for producing feelings of pain relief and euphoria. This receptor is also located in the parts of the brain involved in reward and motivation, as well as the spinal cord and the peripheral nervous system. But the reward system is what's important, as the opioids can activate the brain's reward system as well, producing feelings of pleasure and motivation. So when these opioids bind to the mu receptor, they activate the VTA, which is the ventral tegmental area of the brain, which stimulates the release of dopamine. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is associated with pleasure. So as you know, you get quick dopamine release. As you get dopamine, you're going to want that more. So because opioids trigger in the pain response, they also release dopamine at the same time, and it's a vicious cycle of reward for the pain relief, which leads to dependence. So over repeated exposure to opioids can lead to changes in the brain's reward system, making it more difficult for a person to experience pleasure from natural rewards like food, sex, or social interaction. This contributes to the cycle of addiction, as individuals may continue to use opioids in order to avoid negative emotions and the physical symptoms associated with withdrawals. Check out the community page. We do have a community page on YouTube. Check that out. Be sure to check out the shorts. The shorts have a lot of good information. So subscribe.